Hello. Let me fix this real quick. I feel like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, so my mouth is too high. Let me lower that. That didn't even make any sense. My mouth is too high, but we're back here with another video. I'm basically stumbling over my words because this is the first video where it's like front. It's like ain't no side joint. It's like a front face action going on, and a little bit of anxiety, I ain't gonna lie. That's why we doing the side profiles. It's just easier to talk, but it's cool. I wanted to try it this way, but today I wanted to talk about holding on to what you can salvage as an artist, and these things kind of translate into other areas of your life. Being someone that is less wasteful, someone who's more resourceful, uses what they have. A mantra, not really a mantra, but something that I coined for myself, is all you have is all you need until you're blessed with more. Because I remember a couple of years ago, 2020, 2021, I was into videography and photography, and I was recording videos in my room, but I had no tripods, I had no cameras, I was using an old iPad. I can actually show you, I'll insert a picture of something I was doing back in 2021. It was really in my tiny room, this same room, and I was grinding. I had a vision. I wanted to create something, but I didn't have all the tools. But I still used what I had and got scraps of things and put it together, and was still able to make like a makeshift tripod. It was hard, but it brought me to where I am now, to where I think that those times where I had less forced me to be more creative, and it really did help my creative process now, because I could have all the high-tech stuff, but I still go back to the basics. I'm still able to create things in a way that require me to tap deeper into my imagination and not just rely on gadgets to do things, right? And so when I translate that to art, it's more from the perspective of, for all my artists out there, have you ever been painting or drawing or doing something art related, and you have a great idea, right? And you're going for it, you're drawing, and then like halfway through, or maybe all the way through, or most of the way through, you look at this painting, you look at this masterpiece or art piece that you created, and you kind of hate it. You think it sucks, right? And oftentimes in the impulse, you'll scratch it. If you do it on Procreate, you'll delete it. Or if you painted it, you would just like cover it over like white or some other color and start all over. Or maybe you'll crumple the paper up and throw it in the garbage. And I've done that many times and regretted it, because it goes back to what I was saying. Hold on to what you can salvage, right? And oftentimes when you take a step away from the art and you look again with fresh eyes from like a bird's, what they say, a bird's perspective, bird's eye view. Often when you look from a bird's eye view, you can start to see ways in which you can save the art, if you think that you actually destroyed it, or you feel like you didn't do justice by it. And I wanted to bring that to the forefront of the conversation, because I believe that using your resources and what you have, even if it's very little, is one of the greatest ways to bring out your creative greatness, your creative genius. It's one of the greatest ways to kind of discover what you have inside you that you didn't really know. Because if you had everything that you needed in terms of creating something art related, creating a business, or whatever case may be, oftentimes you might take it for granted and be a person that is quick to throw things away, whether it's ideas, equipment, gadgets, plans, stuff like that, as opposed to someone that comes from where you didn't have much and you had to create an abundance from a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that one of the things that, or actually one of the greatest things that happens to an artist when they are in that creative process, is when things don't work out in the way that they saw or envisioned in their head. I believe that when you do go through that moment where you're creating the art and you had such a beautiful or dope plan, but then when it's finished, you're like, I don't really like this. I think that's good, because it kind of allows you to commune with your spirit and pivot into something. And usually when you pivot and you change it, it turns out even greater than what it was before. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's a practice that everyone should adopt, even if you're not an artist, even if you're a writer. There's so many pieces that I've written that in a moment sounded great, but then a few days later I'm like, I don't like this, and I'll be quick to delete it. But the thing is, it's like, no, everything that you create, whether you think it's trash or you think it's amazing, can all be salvaged and used and recycled in a different way, because it's spiritual. It comes from your mind. So something that you create from your mind, even if you think it wasn't a great idea or it wasn't a good poem or it wasn't a good art piece, you could still use that down the road to inspire you to create something else. Or the material, you can still use that as well. An example I have that's not necessarily art related, but it's in the realm. My mom she wanted me to create a video for one of her friends. It was like a birthday video, right? And so she was going to stand in front of the camera and record herself, and I wanted to go the extra mile, because I just don't like doing basic stuff when it comes to the craft, because I love it. So I had one camera that was facing her, and I had another camera that was like off to the side. And when I was filming the content, the idea I had in my head, it was amazing, and it was dope when I filmed it. But for some reason, when I translated it to my computer, the shot that was straight ahead was great, perfect. But the shot that was off to the side, it was like grainy. And I'm pretty sure either I didn't focus it right, or it was like, there was just something off about it, where it wasn't fully clear and it was kind of slanted. So I think the tripod wasn't up straight. And I was really pissed about that. I was like, dang, bro, like, what am I going to do? And I was pretty close to deleting it and just going like a very basic route. But what I did instead, I took the part of the video that I didn't like, the part that I thought was trash, and instead of just deleting it and throwing it away and then just going a different route, I made the shot where she was off to the side, I made that turn into like a vintage type shot. So I kind of blurred the edges and added a little grain to it, and so it blended in with the background of the video when I had like other like nature visuals and stuff like that. And the video actually turned out a lot better than what I was thinking in my mind. And that's basically what I'm saying, is that everything that you create is worth saving. I'm not saying that, and I say that from the perspective, I'm not condoning, I don't even know if this is a word, but like whoredomness. I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying that when you are in the creative process and you may be entering a state of flow, or maybe you're not, and you're just creating stuff and you just think it's trash and you just want to throw it away, do not throw it away. Keep it in the archives, because something you said or something you drew or something you created within those drafts is part of the puzzle. It's a puzzle piece to the masterpiece that you will then create in the end. And I do believe that a lot of artists, they trash a lot of their work when they really don't have to. Just pivot and turn it into something else. And I think that that's a practice, that's a ideology that I've adopted that has really helped me become a better artist. And it's also like, I think this mindset also kind of destroys and breaks down the spirit of perfectionism when you are in a state where you want things done in a certain way. And there's nothing wrong with wanting things done a certain way and being meticulous, but there's a problem if you are such a perfectionist to where if it doesn't go exactly the way you envisioned in your mind, then it's worthless. That is the issue. It's just the act of creating. From the moment you start, from the moment you pick up your pen, the moment you pick up your paintbrush, the moment you do whatever, the moment you start sculpting or whatever it is, you are now entered a spiritual state. Whether you believe it or not, you're operating in a spiritual state when you create something, when you bring something from your mind into the material world. And I just believe that nothing you do, even if you think it's garbage, is by coincidence. It's kind of like, the way I see, this is how I see writing, and I am starting to translate it over to my drawings as well. Oftentimes when I'll write a poem, a lot of times it doesn't hit the first time. I might have to rewrite it or change the words around. And the thing is with your art, it's like you'll create something and it might just be scrambled in actually the words, or just the way the picture is positioned, or the art piece, or whatever the case may be, and you just have to work with it. Sometimes you have to create something that may seem to be garbage, leave it alone, and then come back a few days later with a new fresh idea and a fresh mind. And this mindset really translates into your everyday life as well. I am someone that likes to collect knickknacks and things from the past, because as the world is evolving into nothing really that great, people and pretty much society is trying to forget the beauty and the art and crafts of the past, things that were just like meticulously made, like a cup or some type of china dish or a statue or I don't know, just like things, a table, things that were just meticulously created with so many cool, intricate designs, as opposed to now where everything is just base standard and there's no soul in the art. And so basically all I'm saying is that preserve what you can salvage, whether it's an idea, an art piece, a drawing, a writing, anything that you create. Don't just be so quick to throw it away, because it might just be the missing piece that you need months from now that creates that masterpiece that then affects many lives. Because like I said in the last video, everything that you do in general, but definitely everything that you do creatively, is going towards the betterment of everyone else that watches or receives your art, because it's not just for you, you're connected. And again, there's going to be someone in the world that needs to experience what you make. So don't be so quick to throw it away. Preserve what you can salvage. Stay creative, stay imaginative, tap into your childlike spirit. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.